Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be doing something a little different.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a trip to Ethiopia.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so specifically we're going to be looking at how this idea of user rights can actually help revitalize and regenerate a damaged environment.
Wow.
So this is a fascinating deep dive, and it's all based on a paper from 1999.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is called The Development and Piloting of User Rights Procedures for Farmer-Led Natural Resource Management. And the author was Tena Shidarak. Now, this paper takes us to a region called Meket Woreda in North Willow, Ethiopia, and Koya. This region is known for its rolling hills and fertile land, just perfect for agriculture. But here's the catch. It's facing some pretty serious environmental problems.
Like what?
Like deforestation and land degradation.
Oh.
So the paper really delves into this problem and presents a potential solution. Have you ever heard of usufruct? Usufruct.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
Is it like
It's kind of a complicated concept.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, it's like a long-term lease.
Oh, okay.
That gives communities the right to use and benefit from certain areas of land without actually owning the land itself.
Oh, interesting. So they don't actually own it, but they have the rights to use it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So imagine you're a farmer in Meket Woreda. You depend on this land for your livelihood, but it's struggling. Now with usufruct, you get that legal security to use and benefit from that land. It's a big deal because it makes you invested.
Right. So they have a reason to take care of it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
You're not just a temporary resident, you're a stakeholder.
Right.
And you're motivated to take care of the land. It's about fostering a sense of ownership and responsibility.
Makes sense.
So let's zoom in on Meket Woreda specifically. The paper paints a pretty stark picture of the environmental situation. Deforestation was rampant.
How bad are we talking?
Only about 8% of the land was still forested.
8%.
Wow. And even that was mostly eucalyptus plantations.
Oh, okay.
Now, eucalyptus grows quickly, but it's not always the best choice for the environment.
Really? Why is that?
Well, think of it this way. They're like the fast food of the tree world.
Oh.
They grow fast, but they don't really offer the same nutritional value as a diverse forest.
So not a great long-term solution then.
Exactly. And it wasn't just the lack of trees. Overgrazing was another major issue.
Overgrazing, so like too many animals.
Too many animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine a whole herd of goats or sheep just munching away on every bit of vegetation.
Yeah, that can't be good for the soil.
It leads to soil erosion. And past attempts to reforest the area, they hadn't really been successful.
I see.
Because people didn't feel a sense of ownership,
Right.
And the benefits weren't obvious.
So it's just a tough situation all around.
Yeah, it was a tough situation all around, and that's where this pilot project for usufruct comes in.
Okay.
Kicked off in 1996 and involved 22 villages, or GOTS, as they're called locally.
Guts.
GOTS? Yes, GOTTS. And they basically set out to test this idea of usufruct, see if it could actually work in practice.
So like a little experiment.
Exactly.
Right.
And they were really organized about it. They held community meetings. They literally went out and marked the areas with brightly colored poles.
Like to show the boundaries.
To show the boundaries, yeah.
Okay.
And they developed these detailed management plans.
Wow.
They even got the official stamp of approval from both the local and regional authorities.
So they were taking this very seriously.
They were taking it very seriously. It wasn't just some temporary fix. And get this, within just 18 months, over a dozen of these villages had secured official rights to restore significant chunks of land.
That's pretty impressive.
It was incredible progress. And they weren't just planting any old tree. They were focusing on indigenous species, the ones that naturally belong to the region.
Oh, smart.
So it's like choosing a home-cooked meal instead of fast food.
I like that analogy.
So what happened next? Did things actually improve?
That's the big question.
Yeah, the big question.
Well, from what I understand, by giving the communities control, not only did they plant trees, they also saw this massive comeback of these native grasses.
Oh, wow.
And that meant more food for their animals, material for building their homes, and some were even able to sell the excess, a win-win situation.
Wow.
For them and the environment.
That sounds incredible. So they're bringing back the forest. They've got grass for their animals. They've got grass for their homes. And some are even making a little extra cash. It sounds like this usufruct thing was a pretty big hit.
Yeah, it was a pretty remarkable turnaround, and it gets even better.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. The communities, they really took initiative.
Right. So
They set up guarding systems to protect those areas they were restoring.
So they weren't messing around.
Nope, and they even started their own nurseries to grow even more trees.
They were really all in on this.
They were all in.
That's amazing. Did they run into any obstacles along the way?
Well, of course, every project has its challenges. One of the early hurdles they had was that reliance on the eucalyptus seedling.
Right, like that quick sugar rush.
Exactly.
Leaves you feeling worse off